welcome to the podcast. We got the owner of Good Vibes Clothing. How's it going?
Doing good, bro.
Yeah, and you're obviously the owner of a clothing brand based out of Middletown, Townsend area, Delaware. You know what I'm saying? Um, and we're just gonna talk about like how your brand started, what motivates you to do what you got to do, your partnerships that you've done in the brand, and all that cool shit. You know what I mean? So, anything you want to say before we get right into it?
I just think it's really cool. You know, here to talk about brand. I just think it's really cool. I can talk about what started.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about something very important, which was a key element in the starting the brand. What did you lose before starting the brand?
I lost my job at Hardee's. Um, I worked there for like 3 months. It was really hard for me to work there because I haven't. It was my first job and it was really fast paced. And I kind of felt a little depressed working there because I just really couldn't take the pressure of a fast food. I'm not really that fast, and so like it really made it
Yeah.
hard for me. And then I, funny story, first day on the job, I made a burger, right? And guess what? I forgot
What's that?
the burger. I literally made a
Oh
cheeseburger
God.
without the patty, bro. That was already a red flag. I made the cheeseburger
You made a
without the
cheese sandwich.
yeah, and then my boss came back. He said, "Jamir, listen, I know it's your first day, but we can't have this."
That's funny.
Bro, it was funny, but like after I got fired, I didn't start the brand till like March, so I was just trying to find jobs, and I couldn't. So I think when the lockdown started, um, GV started originally as a female clothing brand. Um, then I was just trying to like make female shirts, and then I realized like my friend was like, "You should make something cool." And then I had two original logo designs before I came with this one. I had my brand from the start. It really has grown a lot, and I really like where it's going.
Yeah, I mean, you have like a lot of partners now. You even had someone from that works as a part of ESPN as like a broadcaster. She wore it, took a picture with it. That's pretty fire. And but I gotta ask though, when you started it, was it hard to find the optimistic energy that comes with starting anything? Was it hard to find the optimistic feel to doing it?
Yeah, I was. I talked to my brother a lot. Shout out John the DJ, but um, I used to, when I make my designs, I'll have my brother look over it because he has more common sense than I do. So I'll look at it, he'll be like, "Oh, that's cool," or he'll tell me if it's not, and you should just think about or look at other clothing brands what they should do and research. He always tell me to research what I gotta like what other clothing brands what they how they post their content and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
just think it's all about a motivation to start. I do graphic design, so I didn't really have to pay anybody to make the designs because I do that. Cause I started like in 2018, so I know how to use Photoshop and how to design stuff. I made cover art for like a couple years, and I made logos for clients. And so I just thought get actually putting out the work wasn't that difficult for me, but it was mostly what would it look on a T-shirt and people would sell it because you can make a pretty cool design, but you want something you can just throw on instead of saying,
You want to
I'm a
figure out how it fits on the.
yeah. I can make something really cool, but like someone's like I won't wear this every day, but like I'll wear this, when I'm about to go to an event. I want people to wear this, like I'm late for school. Let me put this on. What I'm saying.
Yeah. So, where did you learn your design skills? Because.
All right, first year of Middletown, there was a graphic design course. It wasn't really that good, honestly. So I self-taught myself from 2018 to 2020. I really self-taught myself how to design and how to, basic principles of graphic. Actually, the only things I really taught from school is basically the principles of like like graphic design, like colors, elements, like forms, balance, contrast, all that stuff I learned through school. But from creating logos and my T-shirts, I self-taught myself. Like YouTube is really a good platform to use to
Yeah.
teach, yeah, to learn new things. So you can really,
Learn by doing.
yeah, I really like that. Like learning by, action instead of just reading a book or Google slides and stuff. It's just a lot easier for me.
Yeah. So no, there's a lot of like people on Instagram that are like big entrepreneurs that motivate me to do shit. Is there any like huge entrepreneurs, like famous or small, that you look up to that have impacted you? Because that's what you are. You're a business owner. You're an entrepreneur. Who impacts you? That's an entrepreneur.
Definitely my brother. He really helps me. He gives me like sends me posts about all these entrepreneurs like Gary V,
Yeah.
how they do their things, and he really helps me out because he's smarter than I am, but he tells me, "Hey man, I only know more than just as much as you about this clothing brand, but his common sense, how he approaches things helps me out." And also, I get help from other clothing brand like Habits 365. They're a bigger clothing brand. They're like 200 some thousand followers, and I talk to them, and they give me advice like about the ambassadors, how they work their ambassador program, about just helpful things to know for entrepreneurs slash clothing brand owner to go about posting or making my designs.
Nice. So besides like you, is there anybody that contributes to like anything in your company? Like, do you like you said your brother is a big part of everything, but like, do you have anybody else that like helps out with any of like the behind the scenes, the distribution, or is it all just like mainly you from your computer?
It's just mainly me. Only people that really helps out is my ambassadors who like post the products, and I gotta give them big props to them
Like
because
Jace, Slatted Out, LJ.
I did LJ especially. Like I really think it's all cool, and all my other ones like I think her name was Jail Rucker. I made a like her at Jail Rucker TV. She really helped out. Um, and all my other ones, and my followers, I really love my followers. Um, I wouldn't have almost 1,500 followers without they agreeing with my motive about GV. And shout out to my man, Good Vibes Only, Jamal. His motive. He told me a story. I gotta find it. He told me a story, man. It really showed the message of Good Vibes Only. He told me like he lost one of his family members, I believe, but he told me like, I always keep them good vibes to like get through.
Yeah,
So
you talk about the message that you spread through your clothing. Like you obviously have an ideology that you want to spread that could impact anybody that either sees a shirt, wears it, or just hears those two words, good vibes.
yeah, it really started from being at a down place after getting fired from jobless for like 3 months, 4 whatever months, and I really had to, I was gotta get a little energy. So I feel like you have some good vibes, some positive energy around you, you will really be able to push through whatever you're going through.
That's fact. That's fact. Um, so who was your first brand ambassador though, or the all stars as you put it on your website? Who's the first one?
First one, first one, first one, first one.
I am one of them, by the way, but I'm not your first one. But
I gotta think. That was first one. I really don't know. Wow. Um, I really don't know.
there's so many of them now, right?
Yeah, because I had two websites, and the first one was my first ambassador is probably my first site, but I really don't know off memory who's the first one.
Who's your favorite to interact with, or uh, like Like, let's talk about how you linked up with Slatted Out and a Jace of SRG. How'd you link up with Slatted Out?
LJ, I told LJ, he put me in a group chat with Slatted Out, and I think that's when it started from there. I told LJ like we should like do something or something like that, like to get the brand forward, and then he put me and Slatted in a group chat, and at first Slatted Out wasn't like so sure about it. I gave him the ambassador stuff, but he wanted his own hoodie. So I really like that. At first, early on in the GV career, I gave my ambassador signature shirts or hoodies, but he wanted a signature hoodie, and I was down to make it for him. And that's how really the collabs really started because I like to make my own stuff, but it's not about me. It's about getting
Yeah,
more people involved, spreading that energy. So I really like making that for collabs. Anyone wants to do it. I like making any shirts or hoodies. Everyone wants any. So Slatted 1 and 1, I designed it, and then the rest is history.
yeah. And then you got SRG. You got an SRG hoodie, and that was a cool one.
I'm gonna post that today. I post one a day, so I'm gonna post that today.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fire. I mean, we were talking about Jace before the interview started. Do you have anything you'd like to say about Jace that you were talking about earlier?
Jace, he's a from just like watching that podcast. He's a really cool dude. I really like his motivation and his grit he has towards music. I really respect him as a person, even though I never met him. But it's just the way how he like tells his stories about his music career and saying like if he doesn't like something he'll tell you. And I think as a respectable person, like that constructive criticism is really important to grow and like you doing music. And I really like his just his flow as a human being, how
Yeah.
he's just all around a respectful person to me.
Speaking of music, I have a question about music. What type of music motivates you or gets you in that mode of that work ethic where you're just like, you know what I mean, just going ham at everything? Like, what type of music really gets you going, like motivational wise?
I love listening to rap music, but I have like a playlist I listen to like on my like songs on Spotify. But that's how I really go, and that's how I just get my energy. Or I really get motivation when I'm driving or riding to like to the store or something. I love looking at the windows because it's just nice, good thing, something to look at nature. And that's how I get my inspiration to make some of the stuff. I just stare out in the window, watching seeing stuff drive by, and I just get some motivation by doing that, and just sometimes meditating and thinking about what should I make, or who should I talk to, or collabs, any ideas for to get this brand forward.
So would
Right
you
now,
say, huh?
I said right now, just I'm focused on building the brand.
Would you say you're a spiritual person? Because you just talked about meditation. You say you're very spiritual about things.
I'm not. I wouldn't say like I'm so naughty spiritual, but like I would say like time and time occasionally I would just when I meditate I'm not just like crisscross episodes. I'm just like walking and just not really looking like not being aware of my surroundings. I'm just thinking in my own head of what should I do.
Nice, nice. Um, he's so Illuminati. Yeah, he's kind of he got some good motivation and he's trying to help people, but he's kind of a bit whack every now and then. It's just
Yeah.
like sometimes I watch him, I'm just like, damn, bro, that's a bit much what he's talking about. But mad respects, so Illuminati. Anyways, do you plan on ever having a store, or do you like your money coming in digitally?
I would love to have a store. Cause some streetwear clothes stores they be having like little skate parks, skateboarding areas in their store. I really envision it if I just want like a few stores because I really want a lot of stuff in it. I really want like a lounge area, something that makes it like feel like a nice home, so to speak. I don't really want too much stores, but like I really want most of the stuff be digital, like orders But I really, if I do get around 6 7 figures, I would love to have a couple stores in place. I want one in Middletown for sure, but
Yeah.
I gotta get where I'm kind of from. But I would like to have like 1 or 2 stores.
Yeah, Middletown's got a lot of small businesses that have been booming, like the Kickback. That's another small one.
Oh, kickback, the kickback steals and stuff. Be seeing, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, like they're the in general, the Delaware area has been becoming more populated compared to when I was a youngin. But it's just like I'm just starting to see this growth of culture and small businesses in Delaware. And what's cool is you're a part of that. I'm a part of it. LJ's a part of it. You know what I mean? Because this is very like a small area, but I feel like there's so much culturally and that can be built upon. But yeah. So if you were to have a famous person pose for a picture on their Instagram with your shirt, who would you have it be?
Ben Simmons, by far. Ben
Ben
Simmons.
Simmons.
Ben Simmons. I think is the greatest basketball player in my eyes. Like not yet, but he has so much potential. And as a Philly fan, Ben Simmons, he's got to be the guy for me. You know what I'm saying? He'll be the first person that if I had to choose, gotta be Ben Simmons.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Sixers. And I can tell you're a Philly fan for everything because you got the Michael Vick fat head in the back. Yeah. Um. So a magazine is a new addition to the website. When's the next issue coming out?
Wow. I really haven't been playing about the magazines. To be honest, I forgot, but because I've been focused on making clothes and collaborations. Because in magazines, I want to create like a storyline to it. I really thought about making the next one, but if I have if I see everything's going well for the brand, I might just throw in another magazine. But I really like getting my customers slash followers. That's another way to get them involved. Just put them on the magazine.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a cool showcase. I remember you telling me about it, and I looked at the website and I was like, oh shoot. Um, I got a question about video games you like. Are you a fan of Roblox?
How'd you know?
What?
Oh my god, bro! I have like 40 days played on that game.
For real?
Yes, I'll be playing Dragon Ball Final Stand. I'll be playing basically like anime games on that. Bro, I have like dummy amount of playing time in that game.
You're a big fan of that game?
And I like before school started, I was playing that game a lot, but not really. I've been playing more of Madden and basically like offline games because there's really not much online games right now. But I just be playing like the sports games right now.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so how did you link with the ESPN reporter who's wearing your shirt?
Uh, Facebook groups. I've been. That's another way I market is the Facebook groups. Facebook groups. I at least got like 3 sales off the Facebook groups. I was an influencer. Facebook group. I just put up a post and she was there, and we talked about like what's required and stuff, and yeah, she posted and tagged, and she's a really cool person. Yeah.
Alrighty, that sounds fire. So yeah, you obviously your output is very like there's always something new week. Every week there's always something. You know what I mean? So what motivates you to make a new designer style? Is it just specific to each thing, or you just see something and you think like what gets you to make a new style?
There's nothing wrong with getting inspiration from other apparel brands, but I try not to steal or try not to mimic. But if I see something that looks cool and I think it'll fit the theme I'm going for, I'll try to recreate it. My last hoodie, my sweatshirt, I made that off originality. Um, I was thinking for a chrome. I was thinking of a chrome texture, but it was some more inspiration because there was a sweatshirt that Money Man. was wearing off the 24 music video, and I really like that
Yeah,
sweatshirt. And
that song's fire.
I saw that sweatshirt. I was like, that looks cool because I was like, it was October. It's getting a little that hoodie sweatshirt season. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a sweatshirt. And that chrome, it took me a while. I watched a YouTube video how to make a chrome text, and I just made that, and I just thought that sweatshirt looked pretty cool, so I just made that. Yeah, it gets my inspiration from just living life. Sometimes driving, just looking at the clouds, and bam, got inspiration.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Um. So, what movie that you have ever seen motivates you or impacted you in a positive manner?
You said movie?
Yeah, movie.
I don't really watch movies. I'll be watching ain't gonna hold. I'll be watching anime a lot.
They get you that. Uh, yeah, yeah, and everybody. I mean, I like. I know a lot of people that like anime. Like 5 years ago, it was this hidden thing, and nobody like that I knew like watched it, and I was like everybody does. I'm gonna have to start getting into that.
Yeah, I just be watching, what are YouTube videos about like Halo or even Bounty Hunter YouTube videos. I just be watching anything. That'd be cool, and then I know I'm watching it. Idea. It's just like that. But here's the cool thing about if you have a talent or something, you could really say, oh, I like that. I can do it. I can plan it out already how to make it. Like I can imagine like in my head in Photoshop how I'm gonna make this. So it's cool when you have a talent and have good creative mind because you can really accomplish a lot of things.
Yeah, and it's just like yeah, it's just, I see that because the designs are fire, you know. So if you were any other clothing, if you were like mainly you're doing shirts, masks, fanny packs, all that sweatshirts obviously. But if you're like to distribute any other thing that's like completely different, like joggers,
Jeans,
scarves, or anything, like what would you want to do out of the
jeans,
box?
jeans and shorts. I definitely want to create some jeans, and I definitely want shorts because I do have one pair of jogger, but I really don't like it. But I want to create jeans and shorts, definitely.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I saw the masks and I was like, oh, he's going in another territory. And I like the fanny packs too. I like some cool I like normal merch, like shirts and stuff. But like, I like seeing people doing other cool shit too. So the pandemic caused distress for many, but the isolation really improved my work ethic. And so, would you say that the pandemic or being trapped in like improves your work ethic in any form?
To be honest, ain't gonna hold. If the pandemic never happened, GV would have never happened. I literally had this idea said, how I'm gonna make money. I can't get a job because I was gonna make uh card card decals at this one place, but since the pandemic happened, they never moved to Delaware. Cause I was gonna be a Photoshop like a graphic designer for a card decal place, and since the pandemic happened, I really can't do that. It was good. It was like 18 an hour. I was like, can't pass up on that. But
So you
um,
would have had a job, but then
yeah, if pandemic never happened, I would have had a job.
March
But
felt like a year. So like I know what you mean. Like March was like whack, you know.
it was honestly that my brand started off the pandemic. Honestly, so if the pandemic never happened, GV would have never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So any let's just talk about two more questions and then we'll wrap it up. But which clothing brand do you look up to?
I mentioned this earlier. The Habits 365. I really like because they're another. I think their designs are kind of like good, like motivation wise, like happy. Because the way they depict their photos, everyone's smiling. I just like that energy they put off in their posts, and I think I really look up to them as a brand.
All right. I feel like that's all we could cover. Do you have anything you like to say about the future plans for the business? Any huge things you want to announce before we wrap it up?
Um, there is going to be a TikTok ad. My brothers was wearing my stuff in this like no vaping commercial. I don't know if it aired yet, but my brother wearing this shirt and another in the ad. So I
Like
don't
a
know when
TV
that.
commercial or just TikTok?
It's a TikTok commercial. I think it's like sponsored by TikTok, something like that. But
Oh snap! That's cool.
so they're wearing that stuff in it, and I don't know when it's gonna come out, but it'll be cool.
That's fire. Obviously links below to his website where you can buy his merch and his Instagram, all that shit. And thanks for coming on the show. We get to hear about how this shit real started and how either a negative thing that happened to you led to a beautiful thing happening. You know what I mean? And that's how it went down, and that's how it goes down for successful people. Successful people don't come from, like, you know, bad things turn into good things. And that's what we see after this interview. And I would just like to thank you once again for coming on the show.
Man, thanks for having me. I couldn't wait for this interview because I kept telling you it was at when, but it's finally here. I'm glad we could do this.
Yeah, for sure. See ya.